What's up, guys? We're at Allen Tree Farm in Westfield, Massachusetts. For generations, this property has been a Christmas tree farm, but now it's evolved into a top-tier Western Mass disc golf course. This match is between two top-tier C-Pool teams. First up, we got Maple Hill Diamonds. They play out of Maple Hill in Leicester, Massachusetts. They're coming into the match 5-0, led by these two guys, Gage Benson and Mike Lawler. For the Diamonds, we have someone making his debut on the channel. This player has a background in Ultimate. He graduated from UVM, and he's made a name for himself already. This is James Cairn. He's from Amherst, Massachusetts, and already 992 after just 3 years of playing. James has insane backhand distance, a solid forehand, and he can really knock down those long putts. If he sticks with it, the sky's the limit for this kid. I could definitely see him cracking the 1,000 rated barrier soon. Let's go, James. Next up, we got Team DisCap. They play out of Jay Park in New York. They're captained by Jamin Hume, and they're ready to battle. They're coming into this match squatted up, bringing heavy numbers, and ready to go. I was pretty stoked. I got to record one of their best players here, Peter Hodge. If you haven't heard of him, you're going to see his game today. He's got a great putt and can effortlessly hit them from any distance. Peter has insane angle control, can hit it flat, can hit a nice hyzer, and also can hit pretty sweet turnover shots like this one here. Peter also has a background in Ultimate Frisbee, and he's also cracked the 990 barrier at 993 rated. Peter's from Saratoga Springs, New York, and he's ready to challenge James. Who's going to take it down? Is it going to be the youngster with the insane backhand distance? Or is it going to be the smooth lefty who's got the sweet putt? Let me know now, down in the comments, who you think it's going to be. Who's going to come out victorious, James or Peter?
Hi, guys. James, nice to meet you.
Also, if you guys are enjoying this New England Team Challenge content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Please show the channel some support. Let's get into it, guys. Let's see what they got. Starting on hole 3, 237 feet, a little bit uphill, and it finishes right. You can see the basket right there. Ooh, Peter lands just a little bit short. He's going to be about circle's edge. Next up, we got James. He's throwing a putter. He's going to try to throw a little turnover here. Just pulls it a little bit left, kicks left off the fairway. He's going to have a long putt here. Again, Peter's about 30 feet. Just a little bit low. Here's Peter for the point.
Like that.
Knocks it down. So Peter Hodge is up 1. I was definitely surprised with how well Peter was putting right out of the gate. Hole 4 here. It's par 4. You want to go a little straight, but then finish left. As you can see, Peter is using ribbons, and James is not. But there was no issue really finding the disc in this round. Here we go. James pushes it a little bit straighter, and this hole is pretty unique because it's a par 4, but it has 2 fairways for the second half of the hole. Unfortunately, Peter is in the middle of the 2 fairways and finds himself with a tough lie here. He should have an easy up for par. This is where James's drive landed. A little over 100 feet from the basket. He's going to chip up beforehand and land about 15, 20 feet for the birdie. So I missed Peter's shot right there, but you can see it finish right under the basket. He's going to have a tap and par. But like I said, James is about 15 to 20 feet for birdie. And to win the hole here. Here we go. Boom. He ties it back up. So holes 3 and 4 were won by birdies. And the match is all square. Heading into hole 5. It's a 290-foot shot, par 3. It's a very tight gap. If you're a righty backhander, you're going to throw a pushing hyzer on the inside, or you can flex it around all the trees. Unfortunately, James does get caught up. He's going to have a long look. Peter's going to go the inside gap with a turnover here as a lefty. And his disc does find its way through. He's going to have a putt from about 35 feet, just like 2 holes ago. So he'll be looking for birdie. James knows that, so he's running this one for birdie. Even though there's a drop-off behind the basket. Ooh, just a foot short. A little bit low. Again, we have a putt to win the hole right here. And Peter knocks it down.
Okay, well, I didn't know he was just going to make every...
So Peter is back up 1 after 3 holes. It's pretty cool to see that a birdie's won every hole so far. Let's see what happens with hole 6. Hole 6 is the downhill, 282-foot shot. It finishes right. And again, Peter is about 32 feet away from the basket for birdie. James knows he has to put it close. Here we go. He's throwing a forehand. Finishes right, just like I said, and he's parked. So a little bit of pressure on Peter here to hit a putt. He has already hit a few this round. And this is only the 4th hole of the round. Boom, right on the pole. It does come out a little bit, but it stays in. He was a little scared it was going to pop out after it hit the pole. So here we got a push. Both players birdied hole 6. One as a lefty, one as a righty. Great hole by these guys. Here we got hole 7. It's a pushing hyzer for Peter here. He does cut in a little bit early and gets caught up. He's going to have a long look, probably about 70 feet away. James is going for the backhand flex line. There is a gap over to the right, but he gets caught up, kicks left. He's going to have a little bit tough of an upshot, as you'll see here. This is kind of where the ultimate helps out.
Nice shot.
Nice little forehand turnover there. Pretty much parked. Peter has a long bid. And just a little short right. So they have tap and pars. They pushed again. Sorry for the quick cut, but this is hole 8. It's a par 4. Peter hyzered out a little bit early, but he should have a look from there to get us up and down for birdie. James rips on this one, a little bit more distance than Peter. But he is going to be in a bush, as you will see. It's going to be a tricky upshot. This is Peter's upshot. Again, he lands about 32 feet away. So he'll have a putt for birdie again. This is where James's drive landed. Pretty impressive shot given where he was. But he's going to be circle 1, about 25 to 28 feet. So we got a putt off here. Both putting for birdie on this par 4. Boom, another one. Again, Peter hits his 4th putt now. 28 feet or further. This is James's putt for birdie. He needs to hit it or he's going to be back 2. Boom. Dead center. So he's only back 1 right now through 6 holes. Great job, guys. Here we got hole 9. It's a nice straight shot. Finishes just right. You can see the basket there. This hole does play uphill, even if it doesn't look like it on video. James is going to try to throw a putter straight here. Not even finish right. Don't even worry about the trees. Let's just throw it straight and get ourselves a putt. And he does that exactly.
I feel like parking this hole pretty hard.
All right, Peter has a long bid for his 2. Well, James is about 32 feet away. Gets around the trees, but he is parked now. You can see he threw a buzz right there off the tee. Just pulled it a little bit left. This is James for his 2, and to tie it up again. Can he get another birdie? Yep.
Look at that.
I think that's his 4th or 5th birdie of the round already. And it's tied up. So great play so far. Hole 10 here. It's a backhand hyzer for James. He's probably throwing an overstable putter. And he puts it right next to the basket within 10 feet. Definitely a harder shot for Peter here as a lefty. I think he's throwing a flippy fairway driver. Unfortunately, he does hit a tree and kicks right. He's going to have to throw it in through a small gap here if he wants to push the hole. Comes up a little short. So James is going to take this hole and go 1 up on Peter. Hole 11, 279 feet, plays a flex forehand or a lefty flex backhand. The straight backhand as a righty is very technical, but it's also a play. I just feel like there's a little bit more airspace to play a flex forehand. Neither of them quite hit it right, but they're going to have long putts. James is going to be about 30, 35 feet. Oh, Peter's actually a little shorter than I thought. But he gets it up there. He's parked. This is James to go up 2. Ooh, just off the rim. OTR. They're going to push with 3s. Heading into hole 12. Hole 12, they're playing the red tee pad. The white's one wasn't shoveled off. James pulls it a little left. Doesn't quite get the angle right. He'll have a long putt there. I think Peter's throwing a zone SS here. That's going to put him in a great spot for birdie. Probably about 10 to 15 feet away. This is James' look for 2. A little bit too much height and left. He's going to have a tap in par. But like I said, Peter's putting from 10 feet here for a birdie. So he takes the hole, ties it back up, heading into hole 13, which is a straight 245-foot par 3. Peter here sneaks a little bit left side.
First lefty tree.
He's going to be about 30 feet away, putting downhill a little bit for birdie. James is going to be throwing a putter. He does pull it, but check it out. It gets through. He's about 40 feet, maybe a little closer, putting for birdie. This was really tough footing. He was trying to find a mark or a spot where he could stand. He's trying to get a swing. Gives it a bid, but pulls it right. He's going to have a comebacker there. But either way, this is Peter putting for 2 to win the hole. Wow. First putt of the round that Peter has missed. But James still has a putt here to come back. And as you can see, Peter does get a point there. So he takes the lead. He's up 1. Hole 14 here is one of the signature holes of this course. Downhill par 4 over all these Christmas trees. Peter puts one out there. Probably has about 200 feet into the basket from there. James is going to rip on, I think, a DD3 Puts a nice flex on it. I was impressed by this shot. I didn't know James had this level of distance. He's going to be circle 2, putting for eagle.
It's near the pole.
And the hole is over 500 feet. So that was a pump. Peter comes up a little bit short there. He's going to have a long bid for his birdie. But this is James's eagle look. He said he was going to run it. And it slips right out of his hand. He said he forgot to dry his putter from the last hole where he 3-putted. So it was a little bit wet and it went nose down right into the snow, about 20 feet short. So even though he was short, he has a putt here. Still for his birdie, about 20 feet, maybe 15 feet. Comes out a little bit low and left. So they are going to push with force somehow. He's telling me to cut it. Cut the clip. You could see the snow go off of his putter right there too when he lifted it. So somehow that's a push. Peter's still up 1. Heading into another par 4, hole 15. Hole 15 is a sneaky hole. There's a bunch of gaps. Peter gets pretty clean here. He's going to be in the fairway. He's going to be about 150, 200 feet from the basket. James does hit a tree, kicks left. Very tough spot from there. So James is throwing a forehand. He's going to try to push one through. There's a very small gap. Ooh, and he kicks left. He did go over the driveway.
Hey, bud.
But this wasn't not playing out of bounds that day. So he can play all the way down hole 18's fairway. But finds himself about 30 to 40 feet long, putting for par. This is Peter's upshot, his second shot. And he puts it right under the basket for birdie. So they do pick up. James concedes. Peter takes it with a birdie. So Peter's up 2. They have 5 holes remaining. This is a nice shorty, about 170 feet uphill. Despite it being so short, it is a tough ace hole because it is elevated. But Peter's within 15 feet there. James throws a hyzer out to the right.
That one, James.
Also within 15 feet. You could see Duncan threw a snowball in the background. Oh, that was funny. I didn't realize that till I was editing. I'm like, I'm gonna triple clip that. Here we go. Birdie by James.
I made one.
Here we got some bonus coverage. Duncan's putting 2.
Not gonna lie, I thought you were
Coming
about
soon
10
will
feet
be
closer.
the Duncan versus Jamin round. Another set of 2 great players going head to head. So be on the lookout for that coming soon. 4 holes remaining. Peter's still up 2. Hole 17, another signature hole. This hole often plays as the first hole because it's right next to the parking lot across the street. Right behind us, where we are now, is the main road. So a lot of people do throw this hole as warm-ups. James rips on this DD3. And he's going to be within 35 feet, putting for eagle.
Time to miss.
Again, he throws a nasty shot there on a par 4. Peter doesn't have much.
James, if you...
Think what they call that is army golf. Left, right. Hits a tree. He's still going to have a putt for par from here. But we're still not even at James's drive. So at best, Peter can take a 5. He still has like a 15-footer for a 5. This is James's look for 2. And he's running it for the camera. Either way, he wants the eagle.
Smart.
Low left again. He's going to be about 5 feet away.
Yeah, you pick that.
4 birdie.
One day I'll be as good as you.
I mean, it's a tap-in. There's no way you can miss this, right? He did, but it doesn't matter.
Uh-oh.
So they're messing around. James knew he won the hole. He brought it back down to 1 with 3 holes to go. Hole 18, 1 and 2, if necessary. Hole 18 plays uphill. It's a par 4. You really want to push one straight and finish right if you can, but you don't want to end up on the woods on the right. Worst case scenario is in the woods on the right. It's better to just be straight. But they both find themselves kind of right. Hopefully they sneak through and find themselves in the field with a clean upshot. Oh, Peter did not make it out. He has a small gap here. He's just trying to get out into the field, be able to save his 4, which he does. He's going to only be about 120 feet away, if that. Maybe about 100. James is about 200, 250 feet away maybe from here. Just comes out low. Footing is awful in the snow. The snow wasn't very packed down in this spot. The sun was causing a lot of it to melt. So he does slip a little bit and throw it a little bit low. Peter's going to have a tap in par. Being down 1, I think James thought he needed to run this. But he does find himself about 25 feet long with a comebacker for par. Maybe even closer to 30. So he needs to hit this or he's going to be down 2 with 2 holes to go. That's probably the last thing he wants. Unfortunately, he can't connect and he's going to bogey, giving Peter another point. Peter is back up 2 with 2 holes to go. If you guys made it this far, please like and subscribe. Help me out with the channel. I appreciate your support. Just go click those buttons, guys. Come on. Here we got hole 1, 275, par 3. I think Peter told me he threw a cicada from Discraft, and he threw a great shot 15 feet away. James needs to ace because Peter's more than likely going to hit that putt. This is James throwing his tactic. And he pretty much pins it. Amazing shot, but I don't think it's going to be quite enough to take down Peter. Nope. That is the match. Peter takes it 2-1. They're not going to get to play hole 2, even though I think that would benefit James and his distance. So again, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate the support. It means a lot. Peace out, guys.